I quit. A Fago Lover's Anonymous Thought Piece by Francis E. Deck Esquire. I do not consider a difference between the internet and the real world. What difference is there? People actually mean what they say on the internet, and they are even more afraid of repercussions for what they say face to face. And everyone who has ever tried to present the idea to me that I should not consider the actions of the internet towards me as actions done by the court. World to me are mistaken, and they are misleading people who are having their human rights violated. So when I say the world or the earth, I am including the internet and the way I have been treated by it. If there are people who share a like mind with this number of people running around saying the internet should not be considered the real world, is the earth that tells me I am not good enough by rewarding Vegan Patriot, Saint 10, Blackout Andy, Victoria J, cue the clips and so on with money. Love, support, attention. These same people that reward these evil individuals for living hedonistic, selfish lives tell me I am not good enough. They ignore me. They neglect me. They get me fired from jobs. They use the police to try to end my existence. It bothers me more than I can describe that women are alongside the people doing this to me when women have not even fulfilled their societal obligation to me. And then they tell me to just ignore it and move on with no justice dealt to the people who did it. The world expects me to work to help further its existence and progress by working a job that does not pay me the standard of living when I have no reason to do so. I suffer greatly when I work. I suffer greatly when I do not work. There is no actual difference. The differences are surface level at best. Women rewarding these men for being evil, while telling me I am not good enough, is a human rights violation. Telling me I am not good enough when I am, while rewarding people who do not make anything with enough money to not have to work, is a human rights violation. I want it to be loud and clear to anyone who comes here looking for answers, one day why I will no longer suffer under these conditions for the rest of my days. The neglect I experience from society is a human rights violation. I will not work for a system that tells people who are evil they are good enough to be paid not to work by the people merely watching them. I will not then have their audience members repeatedly get me fired from my jobs. The internet ignores this fact over and over. I will not work for a system that does not give me justice. I will not work for an earth that does not hold up its end of the bargain. I will be shown common decency, and I will be paid the bare minimum by society. I will not watch the people coming after me be swallowed by the injustices of this system, because I did not do enough in my time on earth, which I have me. Otherwise, I feel I am making the world a worse place for the generations that come after. I have typed so many words for so many years on the internet and have gone ignored. My words deleted, my accounts taken. I have been memory hold, and it is a human rights violation. I have not been allowed even the most basic aspects of freedom of expression. The same people responsible have the nerve to keep showing up and telling me I am not good enough when they reward people who are far more evil than me, who produce content that is even worse than mine. The world has tried to take my life for what I have said, and I will tolerate that. I am funnier than every IP2 content creator, clipper, and orbiter combined, and I am certainly not uglier than every male IP2 streamer or orbiter I have seen, and I doubt I will become uglier even as I age. My content, despite only being video game footage, is far more visually entertaining than everything IP2 has or will make. But since they felt the need to cite that as a reason why I'm not good enough, I will cite the lack of views, love, and support, both financially and otherwise, again and as a reason why I quit the earth. Looks have nothing to do with it anyway. I do not care about looks, just the same as I do not care about view count. Unless you pay me the bare minimum, because the way you have treated me is a human rights violation. And if I do not openly and actively protest this treatment, you will continue to do it, and it must stop. This is something that must be changed about the world. I will not work for a society that tells me I am a second-class citizen. I will not work for a society that lets women abuse me when women have not even done the bare minimum for me. This evil society must change. It is violating people's human rights. This must not be allowed to continue. This is an injustice of the highest magnitude. I will not work for this world until it pays me the bare minimum. especially after the crimes the world has been allowed to commit against me. There is no difference between the internet and the world. The only difference is that people mean what they say more on the internet, and the facts prove it. Why did people tell me they were going to do something to me on the internet, and then actually do it if people don't mean what they say on the internet? Why do they arrest you for what you say on the internet if people do not mean what they say on the internet? The internet is a necessity in life now. You need the internet to survive and work. The internet is a part of the world. The world has violated my human rights, and the world will pay me reparations for the injustice, or I will not work to further its existence or progress, which is what any rational human who has experienced this injustice would do. There is no difference between the real world and the internet, and the world is evil. They not only try to take my voice, they try to take my freedom. These people should be forced to pay me for their crimes, and since they wanted to take action against me outside the bounds of the law, and since then, the law sees fit not to prosecute them, the very internet they see as their shelter from repercussions is what should be used to force them to compensate me for their human rights violations against me. And I will actively protest until my final days, until I am paid reparations for the injustice done to me. Because if I do not, then the world will continue to do this to innocent people. And I will not sit here working for a system that does this to innocent people. They tried to end my existence, and they still try to mock and ridicule me after attempting to end my existence. I will not work for a system that lets women treat me like this, that rewards women for violating my human rights. I will not work for a system that rewards women for attempting to end my existence. It will not happen. I will not work to facilitate the existence of a system that rewards women with more subscribers and views that attempted to end my existence. I will not let this Victoria J. woman have more subscribers, views, and money than me, while she gets away scot-free for attempting to end my existence. Victoria J. should be prosecuted for attempting to end my existence. And I will not work for a world that lets someone who tried to take my life walk free of charges while they give her more views, love, and support than they do me while they neglect me and tell me I am not good enough. She should be in Canadian prison right now for using United States police to try to end my existence. I will not do it. And if I do not fight against this, it will continue. And I will not let this happen to the people who come after me. This has to stop, and I will not work for a world that allows this. It will never happen. I refuse. I quit. You will never make me help facilitate the existence of a place that treats me like this. It will not happen.